Hello everyone, today we will talk about creatures in Dura. The first thing we need to know is that in Dura, creatures are different from what we remember from Old Tibia. Each creature has 4 variants, each one with a different set of skills. For example, here we see 4 different versions of a wild warrior. The first one is the basic one, which only hastes itself. The second one casts Exori. The third one heals itself. And the fourth one shoots arrows at you. One example at higher levels is the Dread Seer. We have a version that summons vampires and elder beholders. We've also got a variant that freezes you, and one variant that silences you, and at last the version that gets to be invisible and summons Ward of Eyes. We should also understand that Dura's creatures' weaknesses towards elements are different in comparison to those from Old Tibia. For example, a demon skeleton is strong to ice, but weak to energy. We know now that every creature has 4 variants. If a creature has 2 elemental weaknesses, 2 of its variants will be weak to the first element and neutral to the second one, while the other 2 variants will be neutral to the first element and weak to the second one. For example, a dragon is always weak to ice, but a necromancer has 2 variants that are weak to energy and neutral to fire, and 2 other variants weak to fire and neutral to energy. Now, we know that regular creatures already have plenty of differences between themselves, so let's talk about their special versions. In Dura, there are elite, party, and legendary creatures. Elite creatures may spawn at any given time. They've got extra abilities than their regular versions, and they've got 15 times their HP, but give 15 times their XP. Beating these monsters, there is a chance you'll drop a legendary item. Some of these creatures' extra abilities involve multiplying itself, area of effect spells, paralyze, silence, freeze, and much more. Party creatures will only spawn if you're hunting with someone while in party with the possibility of sharing XP. These are monsters that do not have more abilities in comparison to their base versions. They only have 6 times their regular HP and give 6 times more XP. On the other hand, legendary creatures are the fusion of an elite and a party monster. Therefore, they will only spawn if you're hunting with someone in a party with the possibility of sharing XP. These are very strong monsters that have 80 times their regular HP and give 80 times the base XP. Upon beating monsters like these, there is a chance you'll loot a legendary item. The exception to these rules are raids. In raids, there is a chance you'll find elite, party, or legendary creatures without the obligation of being in a party. In raids, the loot is boosted, and all monsters that give more than 1,200 XP can drop legendary items. Dura's creatures can go up and down floors. Yes, some can. This may happen in 3 different scenarios. The first one is when a creature has the dash ability, which means they'll dash towards the direction they're facing for a few SQM. If they find a hole or stairs, they'll go up or down a level. Creatures that have that ability are Crawling Hand and Merit. The second scenario is when a creature can multiply itself or create clones of itself in its base version. In that case, if the creature is close to a hole or stairs when it does so, the real creature can go up or down a level. Creatures with that ability are, for example, one of the 40. And the third possibility is the case of an elite creature clones or multiplies itself next to a hole or stairs. That's pretty much what I got for today. See you in game.